Sup fans, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another movie review, and today I'll be quickly covering a spoiler-free review of a movie that I've been highly anticipated this year. I didn't see it in theaters because I missed out on it, but still I've waited for this movie to come out on Shudder since I have Shudder. So it finally just recently came out, so we're going to be talking about In a Violent Nature coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action! Boom! Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends, and also hit that bell for notifications because, well, it helps the channel a lot. And if you're new here, welcome, sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. In a Violent Nature basically has a bunch of teenagers or just college students rented a cabin in the woods and all that stuff, and well, they're out there in the woods probably taking a piss or something, and they come across a ground around there with a pipe and a necklace on top of it, and they take it out, and well they steal the necklace, and the owner of the necklace, Johnny, rises up out of its grave, and now you basically walk around the woods I could say in a cool way, with Johnny going after trying to get his necklace back, but also killing not just the college students, but also killing people in his way. So that is my plot synopsis of the film. Straightforward story. Now let's get on to the review. All right, so all I gotta say isn't all I gotta say. I have a few things to say. Well, let's just say some of the negative things out of the. I'm gonna take the negative things out of the way. Some of the acting is very either corny or just like bad. But then again, looking back at it, it's a tribute to the bad acting. Some of the bad acting of the Friday. As much as I love Friday the 13th, some of the acting is pretty bad. It's a tribute to the Friday the 13th movies when some of those extra characters are like they have bad acting and they're just there to die. And I also feel like the characters are a bit, with some exceptions, like the guy that tells the story of Johnny and Johnny himself and the cop character. The rest of the characters are very one-dimensional. They don't get much development, and I get that they're all just there to die and all that stuff. But other than that, though, and also the ending, though, I gotta say the ending, I'm very mixed on it. I like the last few seconds of the film, but everything in between there, it drags along. I mean, it kind of, in my opinion, doesn't really add nothing to the story. Maybe it's just to create tension and all that stuff, like to make you think what's gonna happen next. But all I gotta say is it kind of built up to nothing. So that is pretty much my negatives out the way. Now let's get on to my positives here. And I gotta say, the kills, Johnny, when he kills people, they're brutal. They're practical, but they're brutal, and cartoonish, but they're awesome in the best way possible. There's a scene where he kills a girl with a chain on her belly and her stomach, and well, I'm not gonna give it away how he kills her, but it's a brutal death scene. A lot of the kills are great. There's a kill where there's the kill that happens off screen. You just kind of get the aftermath, but then again, it's kind of a little tease. I kind of see it as a tease. There's a scene where Johnny picks up a boulder, which is really nice, and there's this cool stealth scene where he just goes and kills a character that I kind of like that he shares this story of Johnny. So that is actually the kills are cool. They're practical. They're freaking awesome, and yeah, they're brutal as hell, and they're fun to watch. And speaking of Johnny, I love Johnny. Basically this movie is like an unofficial installment of the Friday the 13th franchise, because we all know that Friday the 13th is going. I still think that they're kind of going through some kind of like trouble getting a production off the ground, and well, a bunch of cool filmmakers came out and they're like, you know what? They kind of pulled a Thanos like in that stinger from Age of Ultron, like, fine, I'll do it myself. And I gotta say, they succeeded on that. This movie, I gotta say, it's not for everybody though. But I'll get back to that. I'm all over the place. But then again, I love talking about this. Johnny is really cool. He's basically he's Jason. He's basically Jason because he kind of goes through the same tragedy as Jason, because Jason as a boy drowned. Him as a boy, they were both probably born. I mean, pretty sure, I don't know if Johnny was born with a deformity, but a character that was trying to tell a story. He was trying not to say the R word, but you know, it's but no, it's more like maybe he was part of the spectrum, Johnny, and you know, he had a fire. He got tricked one time, and he fell and broke his neck, and his father, just like Jason's mother, he went to get revenge, and they both die. And apparently I think Johnny and saying Johnny and Jason, then again, Jason's kind of survived his drowning from my theory, but Johnny somehow came back, or maybe probably survived his his neck snap, and well, now he's the killer. He's the undead killer that we know, and he's a hulking dude, man. The actor that plays Johnny, he was amazing. So you basically you go through Johnny walking through the woods, and this awesome, I gotta say, this awesome, nice 4:3 Academy aspect ratio, which kind of brings it this VHS kind of style too, but also is very beautifully shot, this film. So it's like if you were to buy this on VHS, hey, you're not missing anything. It's kind of like a cool vintage VHS if they were to put out a special VHS release of it. But you follow Johnny throughout the woods, slowly walking, and him just going off and brutally killing people, and also just being stealthy and all that stuff, which is awesome. So, and also that's gonna go through one of my praises, in my opinion. I really love the cinematography, how like you just follow Johnny slowly through the woods, and there's cool stealth scenes when he's just going and stalking people and killing them in a nice brutal way. I think it's very satisfying. But there are a lot of shots where I feel like, yeah, they kind of hang on a bit too much with that. So yeah, and I gotta say the pacing, if you get very invested like I did, it'll go by fast. This movie's like an hour and a half or so, and it is just fun. It kind of goes too fast if you really have fun with it like I did. And it is just cool. This movie is also doesn't have a score. It doesn't have a score at all. It has a soundtrack, but not a score. And I gotta say, it works. It really does work, man. And before I wrap it up, yeah, I'd be going back to how beautifully well shot this is. It is so, no, I'm not kidding. This is a beautifully shot movie. Even though it's shot in 4:3, you're probably not getting a scope or something like that. But instead of wasting a lot of space on the sides, you just showing what you should see, which is the killer's point of view and some of the main characters' point of view. And it is so beautifully shot, man. I gotta say, wow, a lot of good, beautiful space. It really feels very immersive, and I really like that for that. But I gotta say, this movie's not for everybody, because maybe people are not gonna like some of the slow pacing or the slow walking of Johnny, or some of the bland characters, or especially the ending. I know for a fact that might make or break this film for people. So yeah, but I know this movie's not for everybody. But for me, as a Friday the 13th fan, I am just happy to have something this awesome, and I love it. I'm in love with it, and this movie is so beautifully shot and razor sharp too. This movie is gonna look amazing on 4K, so I'm waiting for a 4K release, and maybe a 4K Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS combo pack, kind of like with Late Night with the Devil on the UK, which is really cool. So yeah, which Late Night with the Devil is still my favorite horror film of the year. So with that, I would give In a Violent Nature a solid 4 out of 5. It is not perfect in my opinion. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It would have polished the ending a bit, and some of the scenes they couldn't just like hold on for too long. But other than that, man, I love this movie, man. I had a lot of fun. This movie, if you're a slasher fan like me, you're probably gonna dig this one, but then again, you might not, because of the way it was just done. So yeah, but for me, I really love this movie, but it's still a solid film. So yeah, so that is my review of In a Violent Nature. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. So let me know down in the comment section down below. Have you guys seen In a Violent Nature? What you guys think of it? I would love to know. Please let me know down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your opinions on it. So this is Javi from JAVIWOOD Productions signing off, and hope you guys enjoyed the show.